Hold up. Is this Project M? So, my friends, yes, Project M is real, my friends. Yes, it's not made up. It wasn't just a rumor. It wasn't a cancelled game. It is very much real. And guess what? It's coming over to the Switch 1 and 2. Wait for it. Exclusively, my friends. Yes, Bloober Team and its side studio, Broken Mirror Games, are putting horror back on Nintendo systems in a big way, because that's not the only horror game coming over to the Switch and Switch 2. There are more. We're going to detail all of them, and then we're going to talk about this mysterious Project M and what it could be, because there is stuff out there online, and I'm going to show you what Project M could be. So hold on, watch the video and wait for it, because it's very exciting. Now, my friends, if you like the video, you like what you see, why not consider hitting that like and subscribe? Helps us out. And then sit with me as we look ahead at what Bloober Team and its side studio, Broken Mirror Games, has in store for the Switch 1 and 2, because it's very exciting. Take a look at what they posted earlier. So if we take a look now at what Bloober Team and its side studio, Broken Mirror Games, are going to be releasing, the first game we come across is Layers of Fear, which is a Bloober Team joint. And we're going to be basically getting Layers of Fear, the final Masterpiece Edition, which is officially heading over to the Switch 2 sometime this year in 2025. And it's basically the full version of Layers of Fear, so DLC and everything all in one package. After that, we're getting a game called I Hate This Place, which is based on the comic by Kyle Starks and Aritom Topilin, which now will launch in January 29th, 2026. And this is an isometric survival horror game that basically is part of the Broken Mirror Games lineup. And you can get this on PC, PS5, Xbox Series XS, and the Switch, my friends. But it doesn't stop there, because if we scroll down, we see Project F, which is planned for 2026, and is of course under the Bloober Team's second party label, Broken Mirror Games. And there's basically no details on this, except it is following their long-term plan of basically bigger scale horror experiences. I'm guessing much in line with something like Cronos: The New Dawn. So very exciting there. But my friends, the big one, the cause for this video, we can see it there, Project M, which is another Mirror Games title, which is in the works exclusively for Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, and it's got a global release set for 2026, my friends. So we're getting all the horror across the Switch 1 and 2, and you saw it there, Project M. This is now official. This is confirmed by Bloober Team that we are getting Project M exclusively on the Switch 1 and 2. Now, why is this exciting? You may remember months and months ago, there was a lot of rumors, a lot of stories that Bloober Team were working with Nintendo on a horror game. And in fact, back then, the CEO of Bloober Team, Peter Barbieno, actually spoke about it, and this is what he had to say. He said, Project M, although its budget is significantly smaller than the games we are working on at Bloober Team, is extremely important due to our long-term plans. In addition, we are working on it in cooperation with the world's best game creators for Nintendo platforms. So we cannot afford to create just a decent game. And as they say below Nintendo Everything, some are taking this in a way to assume that Nintendo and Bloober are directly working together on a game. So friends, there you go. You can see from what Peter Barbieno, the CEO, is saying, this is a huge deal. Project M is a massive deal, and they want this to come out just right. Are they working on it with Nintendo? We're still not clear. They're not saying that. They're just saying that it's being developed by their subsidiary team, Broken Mirror Games. But what is Project M, my friends? What do we know about this game? It became a rumor and then seemingly disappeared into thin air. Or did it? Because Broken Mirror Games actually posted a teaser about 9 months ago for a video just named M. It's about 1 minute, 10 seconds long. Not Project M, it's just called M. So we're going to look at this trailer ourselves, decide if it is Project M, and see if we can decipher anything about the trailer, what kind of hints it might give us to possible gameplay, mechanics, and all that kind of stuff, story, all that kind of stuff. So here's the trailer, and let's discuss. So my friends, there you go. That was the teaser trailer for M. Is it Project M? Can't be a coincidence. We got Project M, Project X, M. So it's got to be that, right? But what can we decipher from that trailer? Clearly, it's a live action trailer. Bloober Team has done this before with its Layers of Fear trailers, although those trailers actually had gameplay. This one does not, unless the game is some kind of live action type of game. Of course, this is coming out on the Switch 1 and 2, as I said, exclusively. But what can we decipher, as I was asking? Well, seemingly it looks as though it's hinting at a game where you are being controlled and you are being forced into decisions and then dealing with the consequences, right? It looks like you're probably hallucinating things as well. Is there someone throughout the game controlling you? And that's what the game's about. I'm not sure. Are you going to be entering really dodgy apartment blocks, following string and looking at weird graffiti? I don't know, but it's very interesting, right? It's very thought-provoking. It's very mysterious. Now, as I said, this was posted 8-9 months ago and we've not seen anything since. But they are being very, very secretive. We don't know what's going on behind the doors. But there you go, my friends. That is the only thing we've got to go on at the moment. What do you guys think? Does this trailer intrigue you? Does it give you any more hints that I haven't mentioned about what this game could be? Are you excited for it? And what about all the other announcements? You know, Layers of Fears, the complete edition coming over. I Hate This Place coming over to Switch as well. So Bloober Team and their support for Nintendo, they are keeping their word and they are putting all the horror on Nintendo's system. So I'm very excited. Bloober Team is an incredible studio. Keep in mind, they've actually just been nominated for Studio of the Year at the Joystick Awards. So very, very awesome team to be looking forward to all their games. And as I said, I'm enjoying Cronos. That is the best game on the Switch too. But that is the video for today, my friends. I want to hear what you guys think. Are you excited for all the horror games coming over to the Switch too? What do you think about that teaser for M? Is it Project M? And what do you think about it? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comments below. Until then, my friends, this is the video. I will be back tomorrow with all the latest Nintendo news. Until then, have an awesome one. See you soon. Bye.